welcome to Stay Connected, a program produced by members of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce in cooperation with the Chamber. My name is Sarah Fletcher. I'm the Executive Director of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce, and I want to thank you for watching our program today. If you'd like to learn more about the Middlesex West Chamber, its programs and services, please visit our website at www.mwcoc.com. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to our program today. I hope you enjoy the show. And now I'd like to introduce our host, TJ Dyer of Integrated Financial Partners.
Welcome to Stay Connected. I'm your host, TJ Dyer. We hope you've enjoyed our previous programs that we've done, and thank you for sending in some great suggestions on topics for future programs. To prepare for this program, I'm getting the opportunity to meet many different types of business owners about what it is that they do. We are blessed that we live in an area where there's so many talented folks. It's hard to narrow down the field to just choose a few to come on the program. I'm having a lot of fun with it and learning so much from these people. And in my travels, sometimes I'm speaking with people about what it is that they do, and I've had some personal experience maybe with that type of business or industry. And there are many types of industries that we have around here that I don't have a lot of experience with. So what's great about doing this program is I get to meet with folks that are a little outside my normal comfort zone, and because I don't really have a lot of personal exposure to those type of programs. One of those is what we're going to be talking about today. And I've learned a lot about it, and I hope that you'll enjoy what we're going to talk about and learn from it as well. We're going to be discussing holistic healing. This industry seems to be exploding in our area, and I'm seeing more and more in the media and TV about it. And as you drive down any of our busy business districts, you'll start seeing more and more of their signs and this type of industry opening up in the area. But before we get to the guests, I'd really like to introduce you to my co-host and co-pilot, Ceri Ruenheck. Ceri has developed and managed sales operations for over 20 years. She's a noted author and speaker. In addition, she is the president of a company called It's Your Call. Ceri, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, TJ.
So, Ceri, you and I talked about the different themes that we were going to do. Did you ever think we'd do this one?
Actually, you were much more receptive than I thought you'd be.
Well, you've been very great at kind of coaching me through this. Again, it's an area that, as you know, I'm not well in tune with, and wouldn't have been able to do this without you. And as we did our research, you were very helpful at picking the 3 different specialties that we could start with. So I appreciate your help, and why don't you introduce our guest today?
All right. Well, to my left, we have Louise Dunn. Louise is a licensed acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist with Reservoir Wellness, LLC, in Acton, Mass. Dr. Seth Barron of Barron Chiropractic and Wellness Center, located in Acton, Mass. Seth. And Suzanne Zan, Redfern. Zan of Redfern, Massage Therapy in Stowe, Massachusetts. And Zan is a licensed massage therapist and Reiki practitioner. Thank you.
Great to have you on. As I mentioned in the opening, I've become more aware, mainly from doing the show and preparing for the show, about holistic healing practices. My first question, I guess I'd like to chime into as it relates to your experience. Have your industry, has it always been there and I just had my blinders on and didn't see it? Or is it that there's such a high demand for this type of services, and that's why we're seeing, or why I'm seeing, more of your type of practices? Louise, as an acupuncturist, what do you think?
Okay, that's a great question, TJ. Actually, acupuncture has been around for thousands of years. It developed in China, and it's been a continuous medical practice for thousands of years. It really only came to the United States, however, in the 1970s when Nixon went to China, and that's really when the first acupuncturist came to the United States. However, I really think that it's taking off. For example, April 29th, I don't know if any of you saw the town meeting with President Obama. There was a woman who got up and asked, how are you going to integrate alternative medicine into the healthcare system? And he came right out and said, well, she was an acupuncturist and massage therapist, actually, and he said, acupuncture works. He knows that it works for things like migraines and other issues, and he basically came out and said we should be using the systems that work. So I think that's a real pat on the back, really, in a way, for acupuncture. In addition, for example, I just read a couple of weeks ago in one of our trade journals that the United States Air Force is actually training its active duty physicians on acupuncture, and they are using acupuncture in the battlefield in Iraq and in Afghanistan.
Wow.
It works really well for things such as post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, these soldiers have to carry these 50-pound backpacks. They have a lot of musculoskeletal issues. So acupuncture, I think, is really coming into its own.
Great.
It's great. Yeah.
Neat. What about you, Seth, with Dr. Barron with chiropractic?
Thank you. Chiropractic, as we know it today, has been around for about 115 years. Created or coined in 1895. Although in many hundreds of years ago, there's been joint manipulation, bone setting, things that are similar to chiropractic for thousands of years. And today, I believe there is a higher demand. It's very much affordable now because of healthcare, insurance covers it, and people are seeking out different ways or better ways than just, say, taking a medication, which may not be as safe for some people, and choosing to seek more holistic care.
Zan?
Well, massage therapy has been around for a couple thousand years, and that I know of, at least the past 100 years, people have been doing it as like a full-time job, maybe even longer than that, but the past 10 years it's really been popping out with Main Street signs and seeing massage therapy on the main streets, and people, I think, are taking more of a proactive approach to their health, being an advocate for their own health, so they're taking charge, and they know that other ways of healing helps out the Eastern medicine. They're mixing Eastern with Western medicine.
Excellent.
And so I think people are seeing it as definitely an alternative in a way that works, that helps them.
Seth, we know that chiropractor helps with the back and the neck, but what other health issues can it rectify?
That is a great question. Chiropractic care approaches the body by making it function better, by removing nerve irritation from the spinal area, the spinal cord. It allows the body to heal itself. So in addition to those things that you mentioned, I've had great success in my office helping children, for example, with ear infections and asthma and allergies, helping adults with things far-reaching that you wouldn't think of chiropractic helping for, such as hives or other skin disorders, in addition to shoulders and knees and elbows and things like that. So a whole host of different things.
Zan, when you're talked about, when you hear the term massage, you think about, sometimes my wife says she's going to go to the day spa with a bunch of her friends and get a massage as part of her day at the spa there. But you talk about massage therapy, and there's a big difference between the occasional massage and massage therapy. What?
Well,